and I'm Miss Judy, and we're children's librarians from Harborfields Public Library.
And today we're going to be making some fun dog treats for all your furry friends at home. Before we get started, you always want to make sure to wash your hands. We already did that, so we're good to go. We are going to be using some simple ingredients today. The 3 ingredients we're using is an egg, some flour, and some peanut butter. So we are going to start mixing our batter. We're going to put a cup of flour in our bowl. Then a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Little tip, when you're putting peanut butter in your cup, spray it with some cooking spray first. That way it doesn't stick when it comes out. So we'll add our peanut butter. Easy as that. Okay. And then, oops, we're gonna add our egg. And when you crack an egg, you wanna make sure to crack it into a separate bowl. That way you don't get any shell in your batter as well. So we'll add that egg. And then we're gonna mix it all together. And it's gonna start to come together in sort of a dry batter. And I'm gonna pass it to Miss Judy in a second, and she's gonna add a little water to make it come together.
About how many tablespoons of water did it take last time?
It should take about 3 tablespoons for it to come together, but it just depends on your batter.
Okay.
Let's pass this to Miss Judy.
Do you mind adding some water for me to start? Let's start with 1, I guess, right? Okay. And now is when you can start using your hands, because when you're making dough, a lot of times it's easier to just use your hands and mix, and it helps the dough to come together a little bit easier. So what I kind of do is I fold over onto it, like that. I'm gonna add it needs a little bit more. Okay, so that was 2 tablespoons so far, but again, you have to see when you do your mixture. You might need more, you might need less. So far, I think the 2 might be good though, Cal. So Miss Cal, let me just see. What do you think? Do you think it's okay? Maybe a little bit more? Just a tiny bit more. Okay, perfect. All right, I think that's gonna do it. It's gonna bring it all together. Yeah, you're right. I think it needed that last bit. This way now, it's gonna be almost ready. Make sure that all the ingredients are mixed together well before you roll it out onto your surface, okay? And you can see it ends up being a nice little ball. And now the next thing you're gonna do is put it to the side and prepare your surface. So you're gonna need a rolling pin to roll out your dough. And you need some bench flour. The bench flour is to keep the dough from sticking to your surface. And also, I put a little bit on my rolling pin, okay? So I'm gonna take a little bit of the bench flour and I'm gonna sprinkle it on my surface, okay? And I take a little bit and I rub it on the rolling pin just so that it doesn't stick. And the last thing you need to make these biscuits, these little cute treats, are cookie cutters. Any shape will do. We found little stars for our superstar puppies, or things that look like a little flower or biscuit. And this you dip into the flour so it doesn't stick. So now I'm gonna take my dough, place it on my surface, and right now I'm using, we have a quartz surface. You can do it on a cutting board if you want to do that. Whatever works for you. If you don't want to do that, you can do it directly onto parchment, okay? So I first make it into a disc, and then I roll, and I'm thinking, is it about a quarter? Yes. A quarter inch thick, okay? And what I do so that I make sure it doesn't stick is I flip it over every once in a while to make sure that it doesn't stick. I think just a little bit more. What do you think, Cal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so there we go. So let's do the flour this time. So you take your cookie cutter and you dip it into the flour, make sure that it's coated, and then you're gonna just press down, okay? And release, and it's right there. And all I have to do is press, and we put it on a parchment lined baking sheet, and then you just continue like that and fill up the tray. If your dough sticks, use a spatula to remove it, okay? So you're gonna continue like that with your dough. Just keep re-rolling the dough if you have any extra. And then Cal, how much time does it take in the oven?
So we're gonna bake these at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes till they're a little crunchy. Put them in our oven. And we have some that are all cooked and cooled and ready to go. They come out looking like this. We got our stars and our flowers, and we have some taste testers here too. Where's our other taste tester? We have Lulu, Ollie, and Louie. Would you guys like a treat? Can you sit? Good boys. What do you guys think? I think they like that.
I think they do.
Success.